72 hours to life. Go home and prepare everything for the funeral. What a shock. A mother to hear that her 15 years old daughter will not see the new year. And of course, can you imagine, I was not very happy with the prognosis that it. Yeah, of course. But people would propose to laugh. And obviously, I survived 72 hours, and I'm able to be standing before here today. I was diagnosed with Staphylococcus purpura fulminans, only the third case in Costa Rica, and the doctor had good cause for the initial diagnosis because the first two victims died before the 72 hours. The good news was that I survived, but the bad news was that I survived too. Why? Because they didn't know what to do with me. The new year of 2005 began with my second battle to be live. Months of blood transfusions, removed the skin necrosis, weight loss, watching my skin fall from my body, exposing meat and bones, having like a skin grafting complete, and then watching how my body reject the skin. So that was really painful, and I was working every 4 hours. I spent 16 months in private and public hospitals and bedridden in my home. And still nobody knew what to do and to help me. On Easter Sunday 2006, my situation was related to Solange and James Stutz, and that began the God miraculous work on my behalf. James was a retired expat from California living in Jaco, Costa Rica. They learned that I was bedridden in my tiny bedroom shared with my mother and sister in a really small apartment in Guadalupe. I was 17 years old at that time, and then when they found me. My family had been financially devastated by the amounts of medical treatment, the expense of buying as much medication as possible to get me through another day. And every time it rained, the water was leaking through our roof. It was a really disaster. 2 days later, Solange and James returned to my home. They processed and delivered me white sheets, white towels, orthopedic pillows, and adult diapers that were desperately needed and comfortable. They spent several hours trying to understand my situation. I was always in pain, anemic, and afraid to these strangers in my home asking me questions, and skeptical about their wanting to help. James didn't not speak Spanish, and I didn't speak English at the time, but he tried very hard to understand my situation. That night, James began writing emails to everyone he knew in the medical field, to the former charities that he had worked for so many years. One of the first persons to offer assistance was Godfrey Evans, one of the owners of Care Medical. Then came Dr. Wacamilla, an emergency room physician from California, who helped James to contact the Ferris Manufacturing Corporation to obtain the very expensive medical pads necessary to help my skin grow again. Then he contacted Dr. Mario Tristan, director of the International Health Central American Institute in San Jose. James and Solange brought Dr. Tristan and Dr. Ray Snook, Michigan State University, and they come to my house, and needless to say, the doctor was shocked by the day learned and be so late. Easter Sunday was on April 16, and on May 4th, less than 3 weeks later, 3 people arrived in Costa Rica to review my situation. This is the first time that I met Dr. Wacamilla, Godfrey Evans, and George Hunstiner, a pulmonary and critical care specialist from Long Beach, California. The next day, both doctors attended my treatment, made their observations, and followed up with very detailed writing treatment regimens. On Monday, May 29th, my medical team reported that was for the first time a miracle was happening. They saw signs of my skin grow. Solange celebrated with me, bringing me my favorite meal in that time, a Magnifica combo with Fanta orange and my favorite dessert. You know, people would say that Magnifica combo. James and Solange also arranged cash donation to repair my roof and keep the rain out, replace the ceiling of the tile running by the rain, paint my walls, install curtain doors for the exits, replace heavens and replace the entire door, and the washing machine was donated. During the last half of the year, everybody came to realize that I was not receiving the care that I was required to help my many issues. This is when Dr. Whitelab and with the assistance of many other people were able to get me accepted into Shriners Hospital in Cincinnati. As a big magic, visas were approved for my mother and for me. A corporation who wished to remain anonymous donated their private jet, their airplane, and they take me to Cincinnati, Ohio. Along with the jet came a doctor and nurse from Spain. The plane was granted permission by the Cuban government to fly over the space, and the plane was clearly all the way to Cincinnati by the U.S. customer officials. At Shriners, they grabbed their cadaver skin into my bag. After 4 weeks, to my surprise, I had not rejected the skin. So they began using the new skin on my back this time and grabbed to my arms and legs. And today I'm still having that big memory of the first day that I was sitting in a wheelchair, and I just realized that for the first time in over 2 years, there was no pain, physical pain. I just could not believe it. The physical pain had become a part of my life, and I feel something was missing and a little bit strange. Without pain, my smiles were back. The doctor had some more negative news for me. My right foot had no sensation, and the bones of my left foot had a serious infection. Also, the bones of my legs will never be able to support my weight to walk again. So the doctors gave me two choices. Okay, Colette, keep your legs and live in a wheelchair forever, or we can amputate your legs, put prosthetics, and learn how to walk again. Think about it, what you would do in my situation. I was a week short of my 18th birthday. I was in a country that was not my country, trying to understand a language that was not my native language, and having to make the most important decision in my life. Well, you saw me walking here, so of course you know my decision, right? My first signature as an adult was to authorize the amputation of my legs, and even today I have never regretted my decision. It was actually, I think it's the best decision that I ever made in all my life. Sometimes you have to lose in order to win. And I lost my legs, but I still bring me a great gains every day. I learn a new language. I'm still practicing, but I think you always understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I love speaking English, actually. I was introduced to this beautiful country. I went to high school here, and I have met such extraordinary people around here. And I enjoyed some special benefits. For example, I do not cry when I stop my pee. And every know how hard can be that, right? It's really painful. Or when I'm in a crowded concert and someone steps on my feet, I just keep smiling. Just don't when I got my second set of prostheses, I asked them to make me 2 more inches, so taller. With my next legs, I can be more taller. It's something that you guys cannot do. So the proof of prominence told me so many things. I know exactly who I am. I know the people who are around me, who I can trust, and what they mean to me. Physical, I may be limited, but mentally, I have no limitations. I just spent all the summer in Seattle and with James, and we went to church every Sunday, and after that it was kindness afterwards. And so I appreciate everything of this life in the world. that kind of things that it's nothing, like emotions, lessons, memories. That is the important things in life. So I think I didn't lose my legs. I prefer to think that I earned a couple of stumps. We forget our first steps, right? But I will never forget my second first steps. That's such a thing too. Now you understand why the list is endless. Because positive things are much better than negative things. We must value the simple things in life, and that is what I talked a few moments ago. It's like emotions, lessons, everything. Help and learn, and that's what Children Without Borders is all about. You're amazing and show so much love that when you can help a fellow human being. Unlike me, not everybody will be able to come to you and grateful to her and show you exactly what your generosity, accomplishment, and limited exist only in our minds. I exchanged 2 legs, blood, and a lot of skin to be alive. And then I decided to change my adversity into opportunity. I do not hide my scars, and I wear them proudly because they are marks of the war that I won. So I invite you to all of you to do the same. Change adversities into opportunities. George, thank you for the invitation.